Currently stuck at work this week. It's been a long week. Looking forward to the bank holiday where I can itching to get down to the plot. Hello everybody, welcome to episode 2 of The Day on the Plot. Today is basics, just chores, general chores. Need to sort out the chickens. What that involves is at the moment really just once a week we go in there with a rake out all the mess and all the muck that they make, and then just replace the medium. The medium that we use for the chicken run is sharp sand. Play sand I would avoid if you're going to use sand for your chickens. It's too fine and it's not as absorbent, and it's also more expensive than sharp sand, so probably steer clear of that. You can use wood chippings and bark chippings, but you've got to make sure that there are certain barks that are missing from that, because the cedar bark, for example, is toxic to chickens, and also as well it retains a lot more moisture than wood chips, so it can actually create a bit of a mould environment for the chickens. That's quite dangerous. Once we do that, it's just going to be replacing the straw in the quail pen, and then we'll go down to the allotment. This week we've had some issues with the quail. Came home from work and it looked as if one of them was being picked on and one of them was actually being bullied. It had some blood on its nares, the bridge across the beak. What I can assume this is that there is the incorrect ratio between male and female quail. Normally, in one quail breeding group, you need one male for every 4 or 5 females. Currently we've got 11 quail, 3 of which are male, so we have an extra male essentially. So that one seems to be being picked on. We did take him out, isolate him for a little bit, and he lived in a cat carrier for 24 hours. We introduced him and there was a little bit of scuffling, but that seems to have died down. So I'm going to get cracking on this, rake out all the mess, replace the sand, then we'll go down to the allotment and enjoy the bank holiday weekend. Okay, so just in the middle of cleaning out the chickens, and I've gone into the coop and just made sure all the eggs are pulled out and make sure they don't get broody. I had a quick look and there's 10 eggs there, which is really unfortunate because we can't eat them. One of our chickens actually had an infection, quite a nasty infection. She ended up laying what was called a lash egg, and unfortunately she's had to go on antibiotics, which has meant that eggs are simply off the menu. That being said, the quail though are producing on a daily basis, and they are producing more than enough to replace the eggs that we're missing off of the chickens. Normally the ratio for quail to chicken eggs is normally around 3 quail eggs to 1 chicken egg. So with 11 quail we're constantly producing those, so we're okay on the egg front. Okay, so here we are at the allotment. I've been here for about 45 minutes and I've just taken a quick walk around the site just to see how everyone else's veg and fruit and stuff is doing. Seems to be quite a good year so far. It's been a bit strange. My next door neighbour was saying that his runner beans have been a bit hit and miss. He's normally picking them once a day, but on this year so far he's picking them sort of like once every other day, which is, he says, a little bit strange. So far I've dug over this little patch just here, which brings it in line with this patch here so far. One thing that I did realise when I came down here actually at the start of today was that I've got a plant which I completely forgot I put in. If I just bring you around here, I've actually got a butternut squash plant and it has something on it. Completely forgot about these, and to be honest, I put 3 in at the beginning of the year and 2 of them died straight away, so I wasn't looking for anything serious. These were actually grown from seed at home, so I didn't go out and buy plants and sheet or anything like that. I've also noticed as well that I have some sweet corn that's ready to go, so I'll take you down there and I'll show you what to look for when sweet corn's ready to harvest. Okay, so here we are at the sweet corn plants. As you can see, this one here seems to be ready to go. What you do is, you can tell when they're ready to go. I mentioned this in the last video, but you can tell when they're ready to go when the silks here, they turn black. So they actually come out and they're like a cream colour, and they're normally quite sticky, sort of like at what you can see at the base there, normally quite sticky to the touch. As soon as they go darker and they go a little bit harder and stiffer and drier, they're usually ready to go. You can normally tell, you can confirm that if you just pull back some of the leaves here and expose some of the kernels. Now, as you can see, that is those corns in there. They're ready to go. Ordinarily, what you do is you could, if you're unsure, stick your fingernail in there, and that should come out like a creamy, milky substance. That means they're ready to go. So what I'll do is, I can see a few on here. You can probably see those there as well. I'll take those off and we'll have a quick look and I'll show you what they look like. Here they are once they're off the plant. As you can see, this one's quite a large one actually. I wasn't expecting anything like these, but we'll unwrap them and we'll have a quick look. Yeah, so it looks like those are the only 2 there, but we'll go back over to the back of the plot and we'll have a quick look, see what they look like. Okay, so here we are. Doesn't look too bad, and it's a nice sized one as well. As you can see, the colours there, could probably have done with a little bit more sun, to be quite honest. But we've still got some more that's left that's growing there, so that's good. I'm quite fortunate actually this year because my next door neighbour here, he's actually had the vast majority, he must have had about 40-50 plants, and the vast majority of them have actually been got by rats. They tend to climb up the stems and on the leaves, so it's always a good idea to also, once you start to get these and the plant is strong enough, take down the bottom few leaves so rats can't get up, or at least it slows them down a little bit. But yeah, quite happy with that. We actually have our friends, Danny, the quail guy, the guy who runs the Quail Guy channel, coming over for a barbecue tomorrow. So the sweet corn is going to look great on the barbecue, and I'm also just going to go and get some potatoes up and probably make some potato salad, something like that with it. So let's go get some potatoes. Just my luck as well. The biggest one I stuck a fork through. If I bring you over, you can have a quick look at this plant here. We've actually done quite well this year for potatoes, and there was only a small patch. As you can see, it's just this patch of ground here. look at what this plant has given us. It's got a few potatoes there, and we've still got a number of the plants left. Okay, so we're practically done here for the day, to be quite honest. The weather, as you can see, absolutely scorching out here. It's really not digging weather at all. As you can see, we've just done some digging, pulled up some potatoes and harvested some sweet corn. Met a guy on one of the Facebook groups, the allotment Facebook groups online, called Gaz, and he's just taken on a new plot and was asking for some advice on how to set these up. I would probably, my first bit of advice is, as you can see, what this was like last week. Little and often. If you just do a little bit, you can see that this will be ready for next year, ready to grow again. Just do a little bit here and there. So, it hasn't been a bad year, hasn't been a bad day today. And it does surprise me, to be quite honest, when you consider the fact that this plot really hasn't been properly worked. Really all year at all. Just threw some stuff in here, just to obviously satisfy growth requirements for the tenancy agreements, and it's come up. It's doing really well. So little and often, Gaz, and that will get you there. In the meantime, I'll probably stick a little bit more footage on, maybe of the barbecue that we're going to have. If you're interested, stick around. Aside from that, I'm going to go and have a nice cold beer. I suggest you do the same. Enjoy your bank holiday and see you next week.